Good morning, everyone. Today's art challenge is inspired by an artist named Max Ernst. His last name is spelled E-R-N-S-T. And a painting in particular that he made in the 1940s called Young Man Intrigued by the Flight of a Non-Euclidean Fly. It was somewhere between 1942 and 1947 that he created this artwork. So
it was in 1942.
1942?
Yeah.
Okay. So my son Ben is here and he's supposed to be doing his online learning. So my challenge for you after you get done with your online learning or your other school activities for today is to go outside and study the flight pattern of a bird or a fly or a butterfly in your garden and try to draw that pattern on a piece of paper. And every time the creature stops, draw a dot. So it's kind of like a connect the dots type sketch. So, like, I'll give you an example. This isn't gonna be fancy. It's gonna be on this dry erase board. So, let's see, maybe if I stand up here. Pretend I'm gonna draw the movements of my dog Gertie if she was in my backyard. So this is her when she's at rest. And then Ben throws the ball and she runs really fast over here. And then she leaps into the bushes to try to get it. And then she goes from the bushes back near Ben, but not quite where he is. And she'll just lay down there and play with her ball. And then Ben will try to get the ball back from her, and then she runs away and goes over here. And then he tries to get her again, and she goes over here. And then again, and she goes over here. And then finally, say Ben gets the ball from her again, and he throws it all the way over here. And she runs again and gets it. And then the pattern keeps going and going and going. And if you do that for long enough, you end up with kind of a cool pattern. And what you can do with that, if you want to take it a step further, is you could fill in these spaces. You could fill in these spaces and with different colors and have Ben go do your work and have a really cool pattern. So what I want you to do is look up Max Ernst because he's a really cool artist and he is kind of important in art history because he was kind of one of the beginning people who kind of started the whole movement of surrealism, where people start painting things that look real but they don't necessarily make sense in the real world. So kind of like if you had a dream and you painted all the different objects in a dream. So he's really, really interesting. Ben, go do your work. So I have somebody who's so excited about art that he wants to join me in my video right now. So that's what my challenge to you. Sit outside for an hour or half an hour, with a piece of paper and a marker or a pencil or a pen and find any living creature and sketch with lines and dots the pattern of movement of that creature. And then Google Max Ernst. I found a really great article on WordPress about how Max Ernst kind of bridges the gap between art and math. So there's a lot of cool math things that he did with his artwork. And that article is on paulos.wordpress.com. And I'll try to share a link on my Facebook page for that article. And so if you want to check out that article, I'll just post a link to that on my Facebook page and put a link in the YouTube video too. So have fun with that. And then I wonder if I can turn my camera around here. Woo, and show you the picture. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Oh, this is hard because I'm using my giant camera. Bear with me. See if I can get this to zoom in. I'll move my keyboard. There we go. So this is what I wanted to show you. This is all those lines and dots are to represent the flight pattern of a fly. And Max Ernst made this. This is the picture he made, but he used a technique called oscillation, and we'll talk about that in another video. So have fun with your art challenge. Get outside and sketch some flight patterns or movement patterns.